In the quiet countryside of Ireland, where rolling hills stretch beneath low drifting clouds, there stands a castle that has never truly known peace. Leap Castle. By day, it appears weathered but still, grey stone rising from the land, its walls marked by centuries of wind and rain. But when night falls and the light fades from the countryside, Leap Castle feels different. Older, heavier, as though it is remembering. Leap Castle was built in the late Middle Ages, and from the very beginning it was a place shaped by violence. The land it stands on was fought over. Families turned against one another. Blood was spilled within its walls, and many believe that something stayed behind. One of the earliest and most tragic stories comes from the ruling O'Carroll clan. Two brothers, both were priests, both heirs to power. One night during Mass, as candles flickered and prayers echoed through the stone chapel, one brother raised a sword. In front of the congregation, he struck the other down. Blood spilled across the altar. The Mass was never completed. The room became known as the Bloody Chapel. To this day, visitors speak of a crushing sense of unease when standing there. Some say the air feels thick. Others report sudden headaches or a feeling of intense sorrow. A few claim to smell blood. Fresh and metallic, though the stones are dry. But the Bloody Chapel is not the darkest secret held by Leap Castle. Hidden within its walls was something far worse. A place not meant to be seen. A narrow trapdoor, concealed beneath the floor like a vertical stone shaft. At the bottom of it were iron spikes. This was the oubliette. Victims were dropped inside and left there. Some died instantly. Others survived the fall, only to die slowly in the darkness. When the oubliette was finally discovered centuries later, workers found piles of human remains. So many bones that cartloads were removed. Those who stand near the site today often describe overwhelming dread. Not fear and not panic, just a powerful certainty that they should not remain there. But the most disturbing presence at Leap Castle has no name. It is simply known as the Elemental. The first widely reported encounter came from Mildred Darbury, who lived in the castle in the early 1900s. She was familiar with ghost stories. She did not frighten easily. Until one night, she saw something she could not explain. She described the creature standing in the hallway, small and shadowy. Its form seemed wrong, as though it did not fully belong in this world. It had dark, hollow eyes, and a smell surrounded it, powerful stench of decay, as though something long dead had suddenly come alive. Darby fled the room in terror. She later said the experience left her shaken for days, and she was not the last. Visitors over the years have described the same presence, a sudden, overwhelming sense of dread, a pressure in the chest, a smell that appears without warning and vanishes just as quickly. Some say they feel watched. Others feel touched. One man reported standing in a stone room when the temperature dropped sharply. He said it felt as though the air had thickened, making it hard to breathe. Without warning, he collapsed. He had no memory of falling, only waking on the floor, terrified, certain he had not been alone. Another visitor described feeling a hand grip her shoulder, firm and cold. When she turned, there was no one there. People have reported shadows moving along walls, dark shapes that do not match the light, figures seen at the edge of vision that vanish when looked at directly. Several have said they felt sudden, unexplainable rage when inside the castle, anger that did not feel like their own, as though the stone itself was pressing emotion into them. Modern owners of the castle have spoken openly about their experiences, doors opening on their own, footsteps moving through empty rooms, voices heard calling out when no one else was present. One owner reported waking in the night to the sound of breathing, slow and close. He remained still, too afraid to move, until the sound faded. Others have described the feeling of being pushed, not violently, but deliberately, as though something wanted them to leave. Even those who do not believe in ghosts often say the same thing. Lep Castle feels wrong. The air feels heavy. Time feels distorted. Silence presses in. Some believe the castle stands on ancient land, older than the structure itself, that the violence merely awakened what was already there. Others believe the suffering soaked into the stone layer by layer, until it could no longer remain silent. Today, Lep Castle still stands, quiet and watchful. Its walls hold centuries of memory, of betrayal, of fear, of lives ended too soon. And when the countryside grows still, when the wind moves softly through the grass, some say the castle listens, waiting, remembering. And if you stand within its walls long enough, you may feel it too. That sense of being watched, of not being alone, of something ancient stirring in the dark.